It is time now, right now, for Main Street Magazine on Robin Hood Radio, where we're joined by Lauren Kristen Dotter, and we take a look at the stories that we're following on Main Street Magazine, and we say, welcome back, Thorin. How are you?
Thank you so much. How are you?
Not too bad. So, did you have a good 2 weeks? And are you see, you're coming back at perfect time because this week temperatures are going to be in the 60s.
I'm very excited to see that and say adieu to the snow.
For now, anyways. Well, anyways, this month, Main Street Magazine is dedicated to animals and farming, right?
It is. I think it's our, fourth, fifth consecutive year of having this theme in March, and it's always a fan favorite.
Well, farming has always been a big part of life around here, and farms have changed the way they operate. The big family farms are fewer and fewer, but we still have lots of farms. We have horse farms, we have dairy farms. And animals, it hits a spot with everybody, whether you're in agriculture or not. So let's talk a little bit about the issue. What are people going to expect to find if they haven't seen this issue before?
Even though it has that theme, if you pick it up, you might not even notice, except we have a horse head on the cover. And our monthly friendly faces every March for this issue, we have them, we call them the fur-friendly faces because a lot of them have fur. But you'll notice in the friendly faces, we have a cat, we have a dog, we have a horse, a pig, so a couple of goats. But this issue, actually, we found a thread of quite a few different kind of farming angles. And as you speak of, there are certain nuances in farming. And we have, one piece on Rocksteady Farm in Millerton, Hudson Hemp up in Hudson, and, like our artist profile is Sandra Boynton, the famous children's book author. But as anyone familiar with her work, she most of her stories have to do with animals, so I thought it was a perfect fit, and I'm a big fan of her, so I was very excited to have a story interview with her.
I'm going to say that it's a great interview. Happy Hippo dashes by the artist profile, and from cards to books, I think she even designed Pet Paris' logo, as a matter of fact.
I wasn't aware of that. That's fantastic.
I'm 68. And I could be wrong because at 68 the memory gets a little fuzzy, but I'm almost positive that she did that. And what a treasure for our area, really. When you think about the work that she puts out and how she puts it out, and she also supports the local area as well.
Yeah, CB had a great interview with her, and I was able to actually follow up and thank her via email and had a back and forth, and told her that my daughter and I are big fans, and my daughter's 4, and we started reading some of her books, over 3 years ago, and I, at the time, didn't realize that she was local, and it was about 2 years ago that I learned that, and it made it all the more interesting. But, we were just reading last night, Are You a Cow? And, as an artist, designer myself, I have a great appreciation for the artistry in the books and the message and the wording, even though they're kind of on the simpler side children's book, the messaging is fantastic, and they're just fun.
Now you've got in the story, you also have great pictures. I mean,
thanks to the artist, yeah.
So really, and you'll find out something new. The nice thing about this article is just about everybody knows about Tanner Boynton here, but you'll find out something new when you read the article. It really is a fun article to kick off the issue. And like you said, the pictures of all the animals are just excellent. Now
the style and whimsy to them is what I love so much.
And then we've got the article on the dog whisperer, Lee Soul. She's the animal control officer in Sharon, Kent, and in Salisbury, which has become such an important position in our area. And with the addition of social media, one of the great things about social media is I think it really helps people to find their animals. But this is also an interesting story on Lee.
Yeah, so Christine this month, this is our entrepreneur feature, and so she suggested that we not go with your quote-unquote typical entrepreneur, but, looking at work in a different realm within, the animal realm. And so Christine suggested, as I love the idea, and Lee just seems like such a wonderful and genuine person who has such a huge heart for animals. So, I couldn't see a better fit for her position and the caring that goes into it. And I mean, you can see in the picture there, on the first page of it, she just illuminates with the animals.
And,
And I myself found it to be such a interesting job.
well, and it is an interesting job simply because um, animals in general are members of the family. And I'll say 90% of the time, people treat their animals like I do. They're members of the family, just like that. They're almost like human members of the family. And when something happens where one gets away, you do need somebody who works and dog pounds now, or that position, animal control officer. It's such a different position now than it was 20 years ago. It really is amazing.
Yes, certainly is.
It used to be a depressing position, but now it's opened up, and it's just amazing, and she does a great job. Now, I love the stretch on the next article about your animal, and that is pound cake.
Well, it doesn't quite fit in, but
Yeah, it
maybe
does.
hungry
We,
farmers and hungry animal lovers would like some pound cake. No, this is Jessie's monthly baking recipe, and this time she opted to go with a pound cake. And hey, she claims it's the best ever. I have not made it, but I encourage our readers and our listeners to make it and tag us on social media, because her recipe last month went absolutely crazy on social media with so many people making it and just loving it. So I'm excited to hear, and see our readers and listeners make this one.
well, I think pound cake goes with the issue. Because simply we were talking about animal rescue and pounds, so why not why not have pound cake? I mean, even
Yeah, that's a stretch, yeah, a little stretch, but that's
hey,
a good
well,
one.
that's what we do here in broadcasting. We title
Yeah.
things together. Okay. Now, the last story we'll talk about for today, by the way, we're speaking with Thor Christian Daughter, Main Street Magazine. You can find it at local areas, throughout the local areas for free pickup. And you can also go to mainstreetmag.com on the web. The story, Going to the Dogs, Canine Real Estate Thoughts.
So this is Christine's other monthly article about real estate, and this time she factored in how buying and selling a house with animals, specifically dogs, or buying and selling with an animal next door, and how this factors in, how it may factor into insurance and other factors. So, when she's originally said, I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect for this, article, but I didn't know how she was going to come up with such amazing content and how diverse the impact is. So anyone who's looking to buy or sell and has animals or might have animals, I encourage you to take a read of this.
It's a rule that I have. I should have a sign. I should have a sign up outside my house. I have cats, and I now have one dog because I lost Lucky about a year ago. But if you come in my house, be prepared for cat hair, cat dander, dog hair, and for scratches on the furniture from the cats. Because I don't believe in declawing the animals, and they get the same access to everything in my house that I do.
Yeah.
And thank God everybody knows that I am somebody who loves animals, but that's just the way it is in my house. And my landlord is so great because he loves animals and lets me rent, and I've been there for like 12 years now with animals. Yeah, you have to take care and you have to keep up. But you know what? There's just something about a house with animals that's different than a house without animals. There just is.
It feels a little more like home. There's a little more
Yeah.
soul there.
Well, this is the issue which we'll be talking about again next week. The Main Street Magazine. Once again, mainstreetmag.com on the web, and also at various locations throughout the tri-state region. Thorin, we'll speak to you again next week.
Sounds terrific, and I can't wait to talk to you in some warm weather.
Okay, take care.
Have a good one. Bye.
Thorin Kristen Dowder this morning here on The Breakfast Club on Robin Hood Radio. Once again, mainstreetmag.com.